Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. On the screen today, you're going to be watching a TDM that I got here on Vacant, playing some COD 4, some Modern Warfare Remastered, my favorite game right now. But today I wanted to talk about the games that I'm looking forward to the most coming up in this year. And I know yesterday's video was kind of negative, so I kind of wanted to turn the mood around and, you know, make a positive video. But I mean, probably the biggest game of the year that, you know, I can think of, Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, like, Red Dead Redemption 1, amazing game. The online was sick. Story mode was sick. Everything about that game was sick. And then, you know, obviously, it is a Rockstar game. So, and I mean, if we're being honest, Rockstar doesn't really disappoint. The only thing that, you know, kind of makes me iffy about Rockstar is their release dates. I mean, you know, we've seen with GTA 5 how many times it got delayed. But, you know, I'd rather a game get delayed and come out finished, unlike some of the games these days. But, you know, we're not going to mention any names right now. I mean, you know, it's probably the most hyped game of the year. And, you know, hopefully it lives up to expectations. But next one here, Spider-Man. And I only say this because of when I played Spider-Man as a kid on PS2. I remember playing Spider-Man 2, and I played that game for hours, and it was just, it never got old. And, you know, like I've said in past videos, that was when you just got games and they were finished, and there was no DLC, there was no microtransaction bullshit, and everything was just sick. Everything was sick back then. And, you know, obviously, like, the graphics weren't the best back then. But, you know, when you're, like, when you're a little kid, like, you don't really care for that. I mean, we all played Pokemon when we were a kid. And, you know, the graphics weren't that sick. But the games were super sick. And, you know, we had a good time playing them. For me, that's pretty much it. That's the only thing I'm looking for. Those are the only two games I'm looking forward to, which is Red Dead Redemption 2 and Spider-Man. But couple honorable mentions here I want to throw in. Obviously, you know, I've said this in multiple videos, I am looking for a racing game, but Gran Turismo turned out to be a flop. But we might have some hope in The Crew 2. I know the first one wasn't really that sick, but I mean, you know, like, you can't give up hope after one game. So, you know, maybe they're gonna turn it around in the second game, and, you know, it might be sick. Because, you know, like I've said before, I've said in multiple videos, I am looking for a sick racing game, and there isn't one on PS4 yet. Last honorable mention here, Far Cry 5. And I know Far Cry is kind of, for me at least, is kind of fallen off. I think the last Far Cry I played was Far Cry 3. Yeah. And then, you know, like, I had a bunch of fun on that game. That game was pretty sick. And then 4 I didn't get because, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it. But, I mean, if Far Cry 5, like, you know, Far Cry is a sick, like, series, if you want to call it that. It's a sick series in general, where it's like an open world kind of thing. It's pretty sick. And then how, you know, like, you have to scavenge for supplies and stuff like that. So it's pretty sick. And, you know, if the fifth one, I'm definitely not going to get it right away. Like with Far Cry and The Crew, I'm definitely not going to get them right away. It's just, you know, I'm going to see the reviews on them and stuff like that. But, I mean, who knows? You know, I might be, like, Far Cry might be the best game of the year. You know, I'm going to start uploading that, and, you know, The Crew and stuff like that. And, you know, Spider-Man might flop. But, you know, I'm hoping Red Dead Redemption doesn't flop, because, you know, that game is, the hype around that game is crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And not really looking forward to much when it comes to games this year. Just, you know, like I said, Red Dead Redemption and Spider-Man, and then the honorable mentions, Far Cry and The Crew. But the gameplay is wrapping up here. I think the final score was like 28-5 or something like that. I don't know, the score doesn't matter. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna end it off here because I don't want to continue rambling. As always, thank you everybody for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.